New York Yankees vs Cincinnati Reds. Our team pick is Yankees minus 1.5 runs, and here is why. The Cincinnati Reds came into this series on a 4-game winning streak and within shouting distance of both the 4th-place Cubs and the 3rd-place Pittsburgh Pirates. The team appears to be a far cry from the one that started the season with just a 3-22 record. Youngsters Hunter Green and Nick Lodolo, two of the team's top prospects, have been added to the rotation, and the Reds' offense has steadily improved to make the Reds far from the pushover they were in April. Since that start, the Reds have now gone 29-32. The Reds have hit .254 since then, with 62 home runs and 4.7 runs per game. On Tuesday night, the Reds shocked the Yankees with a 4-run 9th inning to upend the league's best team 4-3. The Yankees will get a bit of a respite when they battle Cincinnati in this 3-game series, following an emotionally grueling 4-game series in Boston and prior to a 3-game weekend rematch with their arch-rivals this weekend in the Bronx. The Yankees come into this series with an 18-2 record at home in their last 20 games. The Yankees have not hit for average in those 20 games, hitting just .228, but have hit 38 home runs in their last 20 home games, while averaging 5.3 runs per game. On the mound in their last 20 home games, the Yankees have an impeccable 1.89 ERA, allowing just 127 hits in 168 innings pitched. They've had 11 quality starts in their last 20 home games. On Tuesday night against the Reds, the Yankees were cruising with a 3-0 lead entering the 9th and lights out closer Clay Holmes heading to the mound. Holmes left with the bases loaded and 2 runs in and no outs. After getting 2 straight outs at the plate, the Reds singled home 2 more runs to complete the upset. This game appears to be a tremendous mismatch on paper. Tuesday night's game, the Bombers' first since the emotional series with Boston, had a chance to be an upset game for Cincinnati, and that came to fruition with a dramatic Reds 9th inning, but this game does not have any of those qualities. Minor has struggled on the mound for much of the season and given up 12 home runs already this season and now faces the most prodigious home run hitting team in baseball. The Yankees are also 18-2 in their last 20 home games and are 10-5 in Severino's 15 starts this season. The Yankees' potent lineup will jump all over Minor, and Severino will give New York 6 solid innings and turn the game over to arguably the game's best bullpen. Our total pick is over the total, and here is why. The Yankees' vaunted lineup looks poised to overwhelm a Reds pitching staff ranked dead last with an ERA north of 5.25. Mike Minor has struggled all season and won't have an answer for the deepest lineup in the league. Expect big games out of Judge and Stanton, with one or both leaving the yard at some point. The Yankees rank first in runs scored, home runs, and ops, and will hang another big number here. The over is 5-1 in New York's last 6 games, and the Reds are always a likely over candidate due to their poor pitching. Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, July 13, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Miami Marlins vs Pittsburgh Pirates. Our team pick is Miami Marlins minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. JT Brubaker will take the mound for the 18th time of the season. Brubaker was subpar against the Brewers last time out, conceding 3 runs in 5 innings against the Brewers and was tagged with a loss to plummet to 2-8. The veteran right-hander is having a mediocre season. He has squandered 3 or more runs in 3 consecutive outings and has registered a 4.34 ERA and a 1.47 WHIP in 87 innings of work. This marks his first career meeting against the Marlins. The Pirates are in the middle of a challenging 13-game road trip. They won 2 of 3 in Milwaukee to begin the trek. The offense has been rather tame while the pitching has been solid. Pittsburgh is 3-2 in their last 5 road games entering Tuesday night. The Pirates have been competitive recently, but this is not a good matchup. The Marlins are determined to get to that .500 mark and in the wildcard picture. They won 2 of the final 3 games of their weekend series against the Mets and continue to benefit from outstanding pitching. Furthermore, Marlins starter Pablo Lopez is especially difficult to solve at home, where he is sporting a 3-1 record and a stifling 2.41 ERA. The veteran has conceded just 3 runs in his last 2 performances spanning 11.1 innings, including a 1-run effort against the Mets. The Marlins are winning games with him on the mound, going 5-2 in his last 7 outings. Pirates starter JT Brubaker gives up a lot of hits and walks, as evidenced by his poor 1.47 whip, and can't be depended on against this hungry Marlins team. Our total pick is over 7. And here is why. The over 7 runs is also a good way to bet this game, as Brubaker has struggled on the road this season, while if Lopez can turn it around, Miami will also give up multiple runs. In Pittsburgh's last 10 games they have gone over 7 runs in 3 games, but got 7 exactly in another 3 games, so during that stretch, they are averaging 8.2 runs per game. Miami, meanwhile, is averaging 6.8 runs per game, and in Lopez's last 5 starts, those games are averaging 10.4 runs per game, while in Brubaker's last 5 starts, those games are averaging 10 runs per game, so take the over here as 7 runs seems a tad too low. Toronto Blue Jays vs Philadelphia Phillies. Our team pick is Philadelphia for the win. And here is why. Philadelphia struggled during the first 2 months of the season, going 21-29 through the end of May. The Phillies proceeded to go on a 9-game winning streak before adding a 5-game winning streak later in June. They have only lost 1 series out of their last 5, splitting a 4-game set with St. Louis over the weekend. Philadelphia won in a pair of shutouts to open the series, but it lost the final 2 games. The Phillies are in 3rd place in the NL East, trailing New York by 8 games. They are tied with St. Louis for the final NL wildcard spot. Toronto is not heading in a positive direction as the All-Star break approaches. The Blue Jays were 11 games over the .500 mark on July 1st, but they have been going downhill since then. They lost their next 5 games and are on a 4-game skid heading into this series, with only 1 win separating the 2 losing streaks. Toronto is just 3 games above the .500 mark, which puts the Blue Jays in 4th place in the AL East. They are just 1 game ahead of Cleveland for the final AL wildcard spot, as their cushion has disappeared. Recent form is not the only determining factor in a handicap, but it is certainly a primary one. There is no question about which team has been in better form right now, as Toronto has gone completely downhill this month. The Blue Jays are barely clinging to a playoff position and desperately need the All-Star break to reset. Philadelphia has only lost 1 of its last 5 series, so the Phillies are playing well heading towards the halfway point. Wheeler is also in excellent form, while Stripling has struggled to go deep of late. I'll take the better team with the better pitcher to win on Wednesday. Our total pick is under, and here is why. While both teams boast potent lineups with a plethora of elite talent, the Phillies are missing their best bat at the moment with Harper on the shelf. The Blue Jays have not been themselves of late, averaging less than 3 runs per game over their last 8 contests, while in the midst of a 2-9 overall stretch. Don't expect them to break out going up against an elite talent in Wheeler, who is at the top of his game at the moment with 14 consecutive shutout innings in his last 2 starts. The under is 6-2 in the Blue Jays' last 8 games and 7-0 in the Phillies' last 7. Look for pitching to take center stage here.